Dude, my hair is fucking wild right now. If you hear any gremlin-like sounds, that would be my beautiful daughter sitting next to me in her playpen. I look like a pile of hot, steaming garbage. Speaking of garbage, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. I have to say that stuff if I want this to ever go anywhere. I love my 32 subscribers, by the way. I appreciate all of you. Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. What are you doing over there, booger? All right. 0 script. 0 time to do my hair. Oh, she's going to start getting crazy, man. This might not go well. Hi guys, my name's Angie. I'm the Soggy Granola mom. If you're new here and you don't know what Soggy Granola means, be sure to go check out my intro video. I will pop a card up there so you can go see that and find out what that's all about. If you are not new here and you have come back again, I appreciate you. There's something in my eyeball. It's my eyelash. So I'm coming at you with 0 script, 0 plan. This week was the week that my video about everything I ate on Weight Watchers Blue for a week came out, and it kind of re-inspired me to talk about that a little bit again. Trust me, I've got a long way to go. I'm an expert at starting diets. Never finishing them, but starting them. I want to talk a little bit about just the weight loss industry, how social media has kind of parlayed into that, and why you don't need any of the programs that somebody wants to sell you to actually have success losing weight. This can be said for anything, I guess, in any industry, but social media has really skewed our idea of what weight loss goals and ideas about what weight loss is and can be. It's like everything else with social media, even in our regular lives. It's always just like a highlight reel. People are mostly going to share their successes. Now, that's not to say that some people don't share their failures. I do follow people in the weight loss community, YouTubers, Instagrammers, whatever, but that are open about their struggles, which is refreshing. But I feel like even when those people are putting that in, I had to pawn the baby off on her dad because this just was not going to work otherwise. I got 24 minutes before I have to get back downstairs and tend to some laundry. What was I even talking about? Weight loss. What is going on with my fucking hair? Dude, this is like my reality now. This is quarantine bun number 17. I don't know. I'm living my best life. I was saying before that I do follow people in that community that do share their failures and their setbacks in their journey, but we tend to idolize and look at all of the positives of their journey, and then we're hard on ourselves when we don't live up to a standard that isn't real and isn't the full picture for anyone ever. I've done Weight Watchers like 3 or 4 times. I would say this is probably the second time that I've actually taken it seriously and hunkered down and really, maybe the third, because the very first time I did it, I got down to my goal weight, made it to lifetime, and then I went off to college. Like, I was in community college, and then I went away to university, and I stopped going to meetings, even though they were free and everything was free to me. I could have continued, but I did not. And slowly over the years, I gained the weight back again. I went back at one point when I had gotten out of college. I didn't stick with it at all. It wasn't until I moved into the house that we live in now, the house that we bought a few years ago. I started going to the closest Weight Watchers to me, and I really clicked with the leader, and she was amazing. I stuck it out. I saw success. I was doing really well. I was becoming a part of that community, but then financially, it just wasn't making sense when I left my job. I couldn't really afford it anymore. That was the last time I kind of took it seriously, and that was in 2017. I started back up again. I did the online only because it's only $20 a month or something. I have seen a lot of success with that. I don't really think that you have to be on Weight Watchers to have success, and I kind of want to talk about the fact that for a while in between all of my Weight Watchers endeavors, there was a chunk of time where I was doing the Beachbody workouts. I think I had 2 or 3 different coaches between that period of time, and they all tried to get me to coach because I'm somewhat outgoing, I'm communicative, and I'm sure if I went into that type of role, I would do pretty decent at it. But my problem with the whole coaching thing and the Beachbody culture is the push for Shakeology and the push to recruit more coaches. I'm not knocking anybody who does this, does it successfully, and loves what they do. I think it's an amazing way for women to feel empowered, to work from home, to be with their kids. It opens a lot of doors, not only career-wise, but also for your health. And it really does. They do have great products in terms of workouts. I absolutely love their workout programs. That being said, it wasn't something I felt like I could sustain. And it also wasn't something I was really that interested in being pressured into trying to do the coaching thing, because I just really didn't want to. And I didn't want to peddle Shakeology. I didn't even want to buy Shakeology. I'm too freaking cheap for that stuff. After my last venture into the Beachbody stuff, and before this period of time where I started Weight Watchers back up, I really didn't do anything. I gained weight during my pregnancy at a really intense rate. It was terrible. I knew I was doing wrong, but I was eating everything I wanted to, and nobody could say anything to me. So I took full advantage of that. And I realized at the end of it all, I gained 60 pounds and I was already overweight. So after having the baby, I think I lost close to 20 pounds, which was great, but I was still 40 pounds heavier than when I had first gotten pregnant. So that's what I've been in the process of trying to shed and lose. I know that Weight Watchers is a highly recommended program through a lot of doctors, and the general consensus is that it helps you to lose weight slowly, the healthy way. It teaches you new habits. It is basically America's sweetheart, I think, of weight loss programs. I like doing Weight Watchers because, especially on the Blue Plan, which used to be Freestyle, if you're familiar at all with Weight Watchers, it's obviously changed over the years as the science changes. But the program I'm on now, Blue, is basically the same thing as Freestyle, which was the program it was before it switched to My WW, which you have the option of 3 different programs, essentially, to find what works for you and what fits. And I think that's awesome, because weight loss is not one size fits all, and we have to find what helps us develop appropriate habits and kind of take that and run with it. What I like about Weight Watchers Blue is the fact that things like chicken breast, boneless, skinless chicken breast, eggs, fruits, vegetables, legumes, corn, and a few other things are 0-point foods. It doesn't mean they don't have calories. It just encourages me to build my meals around those 0 or low point foods, which in turn causes me to continuously be making the right choice or the better choice for myself food-wise. But it's all within the simplicity of points. However, the one caveat I've always had with Weight Watchers is I feel like because it's a week-based program, you get your daily allowance of points, and then you get an extra week bank of points to dip into. It kind of used to make the I'll start over Monday mentality a little more ingrained in me, and I would blow it on a Thursday or something, and then I would just wreak havoc on myself for the whole weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I start over on Monday. So I was getting 3 good days and 4 bad days. And it didn't happen every week, but I felt like it encouraged that. I've really had to work to give myself a mindset of every single day is a clean slate. It still can be a struggle sometimes looking at my little Weight Watchers calendar and my weekly points and everything, especially if I kind of have a rough day on a Monday. It can still creep in of like, just blow your whole week. It doesn't matter. You can start over next Monday. But I've really forced myself to embrace a day-to-day clean slate mentality. And that, I think, is the only reason I've had any success. So I started Weight Watchers after the baby was about 2 months old. So I've been on it for 5 months now, and I've lost 30 pounds. It's not insane. It's not a drastic, unhealthy weight loss. It is noticeable. My clothes are fitting me better. I've still got a long way to go. I need to lose another 10 pounds before I'm back down to my pre-baby weight. And honestly, after that, I've got another 40 pounds before I'm even at the top of my healthy range for my height and my age. I guess that was a little bit of a background about my experience personally with Weight Watchers and weight loss over the course of my adult life. But I want to talk about the fact that you don't really need Weight Watchers. You don't need Beachbody. You don't need these specific programs to help you live a healthier life and build a healthier habit and a healthier relationship with food. So one of the things I discovered when I was trying to do something different from Weight Watchers, different from Beachbody, was something called the flexible dieting lifestyle. It's this guy, Zach, very big in the Instagram weight loss community. It's more about macros, and I know that's a huge trend. It kind of worked for me, but what I think I took away from it mostly was that no food should be considered good or bad. Like, obviously there are good foods for you, there are healthy choices, but when we assign morality to food, I think it further ingrains some of these eating disorders that we as a society kind of suffer from. I think that coupled with social media and the insane standards that are completely unrealistic that we set for ourselves, it's just a recipe for failure and to feel like a failure. But this is why I should script things because I'm getting off on all these side tangents. One of the things I learned when I was trying to do the flexible dieting lifestyle and doing the macro focus thing was, like I said, foods are not bad or good. Foods are foods. And it's learning about controlling your intake and your impulse control around those foods. But still being able to enjoy things that you want to enjoy without feeling like you're being bad or you're eating something bad. The other big thing I learned when I was doing flexible dieting was no two people burn the same amount of calories. And I found out about something called TDEE, Total Daily Energy Expenditure. And it helped me realize that at a certain weight, age, height, activity level, for you to be at a deficit, your calorie intake is going to look different than the person standing next to you. And it helped me wrap my head around the fact that I need to be eating enough calories, because I remember in middle school and high school when I was dieting, which is really f***ed up when I think about it. But I went through phases. I was always a chubby kid. I fluctuated with weight my whole life. But I thought you had to eat 1,200 calories a day. Well, I'm short. And somebody would say that me being 150 pounds is unhealthy and overweight. But I'm going to find you a picture of me at 150 pounds and I'm going to pop it in here. And you'll see that for my body, it's not that unhealthy. I, in fact, look probably the healthiest I've ever looked when I'm at that weight. Even though I'm only 5'6", my body structure is just built bigger. They say to lose 1 pound of fat a week, you should be at a 3,500 calorie deficit. So eating 1,200 calories when I burn, according to my Fitbit, 2,500 calories a day is insane. I shouldn't be eating only 1,200 calories. It's no wonder your body goes into starvation mode. It holds on to the fat and you can't shed it for anything. And as soon as you eat something, you balloon up or whatever, you gain a bunch back. You have to start learning and paying attention to how much you actually burn if you want to lose weight or if you want to maintain weight. I'm not trying to be all obsessive about weight loss, but I'm overweight and I'm past a point in my life where it's about looks. I also just want to be able to keep up with the daily rigors of being a mom. And I know it's only going to get harder and I'm only going to have to move more once my baby starts crawling and walking and becomes a toddler and I have to chase her all over the house. So this is going to get cut short, which is lucky for all of you guys because I talk too much. My battery's about to die and I thought my backup battery was fully charged and I thought wrong. I just kind of wanted to get on here and talk about a little bit about my experiences and about the fact that you shouldn't feel like you need to spend a bunch of money if you want to lose weight so that you can lead a more fit, healthy lifestyle where you don't feel hindered by the amount of weight you're carrying around. There are so many free resources out there that can help you do it. The only reason I spend the money on Weight Watchers is because right now I feel like that's what's working for me. But I think if you approach it, if it's something that you want to do, whether it's gain weight healthfully, say you want to build muscle, whatever, you should be gaining weight if you're building muscle. You want to lose weight or you want to maintain weight. I am going to link below resources to find out what your TDEE is, your total daily energy expenditure. I will link a resource to MyFitnessPal, which was a calorie counting app that I used when I was doing anything outside of Weight Watchers to keep track of how much I was actually taking in every single day. I feel like if you build yourself an individual plan and you're not trying to fit into some box, like I remember when I did 21 Day Fix, it was like you get X amount of containers. Yes, it was based on your weight, your age, your height, blah, blah, blah. You took a little quiz to do that. But I still felt like it was trying to put you into a box, even though like some days the workouts are more taxing, you work harder, so you're going to be hungrier. You really have to develop a relationship with yourself, with your hunger cues, to be aware and like eating to support the level of activity that you're getting. I don't know. I guess that's it. I'd say my number one tip, if you want to go down the path of managing your weight, gaining, losing, maintaining, whatever, check out the TDEE. Get yourself some sort of pedometer like a Fitbit or whatever, some sort of basic way to keep track of how much you're actually moving around every day, and start paying attention to those hunger cues and listen to your body and eat for what you need in that day. Every single day is a clean slate and an opportunity to do good. And you should not beat yourself up for any of the days where you don't feel like getting outside and moving around. You don't feel like counting your calories. You don't feel like eating super healthy meals 3 times a day. You do feel like baking cookies and eating too many of them. Like, those days are fine. They're normal. Everybody has them. You should not feel guilty for them. You should not feel like you're doing something bad. You're just taking care of what you need in that moment. You just can't make a habit of the negative stuff, but all of the baby steps in the right direction, so to speak, are going to add up. And all of those setbacks are going to happen. My weight loss chart does not look like a straight line down. It goes like this. Because that's life. We have setbacks. We eat too much. We don't exercise enough sometimes. But if every single meal is an opportunity to do better, then that's all I can really ask of myself. And that's all I can really push for. I totally forgot to turn on my microphone for this last bit. So sorry about the sound. Mom brain to the max. Listen, my battery's gonna die. My baby keeps screaming downstairs. The alarm's going off because I need to go deal with stuff in the laundry. I wish you all the best, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Deuces.